All right. What's going on, guys? I want to welcome y'all to In Rare Form. We're going to talk about the Demon Slayer movie as described in the title. Now, with that being said, there are going to be some spoilers. So if you have not seen it, please cut this off. Go watch the movie and come back because we're going to be talking about it either way. All right. Let's start to my right.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy D Legend. I go by D Legend Genius 08 on Twitch. Also, that is my @ on my Twitter, my PSN. If you want to find me for any Dragon Ball FighterZ content or fighting game related streaming, you can follow me at PSN at dlegend-08. And yeah, we're here to talk about some very cool details about the movie, our thoughts about the events that take place, the philosophies unraveling in these certain events, and like our pretty much overall take on how we feel about the movie.
I thought this was an introduction.
All right. Across from me, who do we have here?
Intro.
Right. That was an introduction.
My partner got an alternate ego.
Oh God.
All right. Well, anyway, it's your boy D Dark King. Yeah, also on YouTube at DKM Dark King Movement. Y'all gonna get follow with that, and then on Twitch at Dark King 13. And I'm gonna pass it to my right.
Make sure you buy him Dairy Queen or he'll get mad at you.
Here you go with this shit unloyal.
Anywho, this is BT9 right here. I'm not your boy. I'm your friend. I got it. I'm not your boy. I'm not going. Yeah. YouTube, Twitch, same thing. BT9. Look for the red BT. Yeah, I do some little gaming and stuff, and come join the fun.
All right.
He ain't my boy though.
I'm your friend.
Everybody but we got somebody who's ready to talk about it. So, with that being said, what were your overall thoughts
Now it's
of
your
the movie?
turn.
Well, thinking back to our last discussion that we had, honestly, it was a really good movie. I was very impressed. Even though I was pretty late on like catching up when it first came out, like it definitely earns that spot as a really solid anime movie. Now, on world building terms, it really wasn't like that vast because it was already building off a world pretext off season 1 Demon Slayer, and it only takes place like in like one pretty secluded area, which is like a train.
Well, the movie, it was about really one person.
Right.
The only reason they bought that movie was, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like the only reason they really introduced that movie was to show or showcase Rengoku. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, the entire movie, for us to learn his backstory, I mean, that's the main point of the movie, but there are other things that happen.
Yeah,
it was
I
like,
feel
it
it.
was like a filler movie in a way.
Yeah, to let us know his background because he died pretty quick. I ain't gonna lie. He died pretty quick.
Right.
I can't stand they made that dude that like that.
Man.
As soon as we met him,
It was
next thing
gone.
we know,
Yeah,
gone.
like we saw him and then we met him and then he was
And
gone.
he had a
Oh, did y'all listen to that part without watching the movie? Sorry, we warned you. Yeah, it's sad, but fuck, man.
he already warned them about this. He warned them already.
Yeah, but some people don't really listen to warnings and they'll kind of proceed with it.
On topic. On topic. It's like usually
Okay.
I feel like his story was too vibrant to make him die so early. He was at first he was
They really built him up in that movie.
Yeah, at first, he was looking for the comfort and the what's the word I'm trying to say?
Support?
Not comfort, not support. He was trying to be noticed by
Recognition?
the recognition from his dad about how good he was doing. But yeah, what did they say? What happened? Why his dad? turned out
Yes.
like that?
So basically, from what I recall,
His dad used to be
his dad
passionate.
was he was also he was the former Hashira
Yeah.
that in Rengoku's current place, but I think something happened.
So they never
with
said
his-
what exactly happened that
Like,
turned him like
he
this.
just lost his sense of spirit, and then from that point he's been projecting that onto
Yeah.
Rengoku and his little brother. So
Yeah.
no matter how how many accomplishments he
He made his
it would
dad
never
didn't-
satisfy his
it
father
didn't
because his
satisfy.
father wasn't
He was
satisfied
like,
with
"What's
himself.
the point?" And
Yeah.
then for his brother to be like, "Was Dad proud?" And he was like, "You know what? He wasn't proud like we wanted to, but we gonna work towards our goals, and we're gonna be proud of our
Yeah.
other and ourselves about what we
That was
accomplished."
a very respectable moment. Like, he kept it real with his little brother because you have to be really sensitive when it comes to like showing kids the truth of reality. But at the same time, he instilled that with so much love that he was able to still connect and not make it a complete despair moment. To
So-
still give him something to work and strive towards.
So he actually had the perfect element for his Why can't I talk, y'all?
His perfect element.
For his attitude,
Yeah.
fire.
But that points back to his mind.
Yeah.
His his self-conscious. When they fell asleep, everybody
Right,
showed their self-conscious moments. And for him, they really showed a lot about their
Right.
personality.
Right.
Right.
And Mero, like this is a very interesting concept that
Gamer
we're talking
tags
about. This.
only.
Okay, gamer tags on. Who's Mero? I don't know who Mero is. I think I'm the Marinil from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah.
King.
So Durking. So
You gonna get him
it's
shot out
funny.
here.
It's funny because like
Alternate ego.
literally, Genius is not here. Calm down. So
He there.
we're having this podcast right now, but it's funny because I think Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke will be having the same exact podcast. Here's why I say this. We're just now getting to know Rengoku. Those three were just now getting to know him as a person. Like, only knowing him for like maybe 3 hours, through
Yeah.
conversation,
Yeah. You're definitely right.
battle cooperation, and then like when shit ended the way it ended, they shed tears for this guy.
They cried
as
like
if
they
they
knew
knew
him
him
his
for a
whole
very
life.
long time.
I was in the
Yes.
movie theater. I ain't gonna lie. I was finna straight cry.
Had to.
You know what stopped me? Y'all know what stopped me from crying? Y'all know only thing stopped me from crying was I was sitting there, I was into the movie, I was invested, and there was other people in the movie theater too. And right when I was finna shed a tear, all I heard was somebody else go. And that stopped my tear immediately. Immediately. That ain't never happened to y'all
To think
before?
that,
Like when you about to
I
cry?
lit,
I ain't
like,
finna be no buster.
I was holding mine in so hard. You know how sometimes you about to cry, you get that thick feeling
Oh,
in
you
your
can't
throat.
even talk the way you
Yes, like if you even breathe the wrong way, your tears gonna flow out. Man, I was holding that joke.
Like when you get a whooping, you be
Yes.
trying to,
And you try to hold it, and soon as your parent be like, they say something else, you start crying because it was at that point. I wanted to cry so hard. I was like, man, I had to hold it in though. I couldn't have my little girl walking in there like, Daddy, why you crying?
But if she had walked in there and you had, Daddy, why you crying? You had an answer. You said,
I would have cried when she asked. I would have cried. I would have said, they killed my boy. He didn't have to die like that.
That's your friend.
Oh man,
Yeah, they killed my friend.
yeah, no, it don't.
And for him to be so close, like the blade was literally halfway through this man's neck, and they still allowed him to be the victor. Well, actually, he really wasn't victorious because, as what's his name explained it, that he really still didn't win that
So-
fight, even though he killed him
That
and
goes to the
escaped.
concept of he won the
But-
battle.
This is what we're not looking at. I'm finna blow y'all mind with this one.
You can try.
He might, looking at that situation, he lost. But the question is, did he fulfill his purpose?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I can say he did.
He
'Cause I know
saved
he
all
is-
those, despite he losing that fight.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
And he
Nobody
inspired the younger ones
Nobody died.
to strive harder to their goals.
Yep.
That was his purpose.
And then,
'Cause
man, all
he
the,
even asked his mom, did he fulfill what he was put on that earth to do? And she was happy. So he did what he was supposed to do.
That dude died and didn't even fall down.
He didn't.
Oh, he
Oh
said.
man.
He
Man, my boy did.
like Mortal Kombat when they just follow their knee and slip.
Dang, man.
You know,
Now,
I could
I
die
kinda-
like that.
I kind of
Ironically,
think though
You got to make a statue
It's
out of my body
possible.
if you do that, man.
it's
You got to.
possible he might not be dead.
Hey, wait a minute. Pause.
I'm just saying.
that nigga
Look
dead,
at-
bro.
Listen now, because you
Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
You done seen
He
plenty-
dead, but let's hear him out.
He got
Okay, so as I was saying, you done seen plenty of things where you done sat there and watched like, dang, this person is dead, and then later on in the movie, oh, they ain't dead, and they go into the whole story on how.
Do you
Because-
know how many
Wait.
people will be infuriated to find out they cried, devoted they tears in that movie,
But
to
that's
find
the
out he's
point.
still alive?
BT.
That's the point.
BT.
Hey, man,
BT. BT.
You trying to get
Have
the
you-
right
have you-
shot?
Have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure by any way?
Nope.
As a JoJo fans, and I think the other people at home are JoJo fans, we be fucking pissed because we've been through that shit.
Dio done died
See what I'm saying?
and Leah about 700 times.
See what I'm saying?
But here's the
But
thing.
I feel like he was.
He human.
I feel like he was too much inspiration to be done died that soon.
I know.
I think
was.
I just feel like
He was.
I'm not saying
I
that
agree.
he will come back. I just still feel like it's
Yeah.
possible that he might not be done yet, even though they made it look that way.
Yeah.
Because they got all their abilities, and they didn't show them burying him.
No, the movie ain't over. They still at the train. Like, they didn't show them go home yet.
Yeah, they ain't show them go
Yeah, they
home and
didn't
then
show
they
them
just.
leave that area.
But every time they
ended it
bury
right
somebody,
there.
they
If I
bury
had
it
saw the
on
funeral,
site.
it'd been over with.
Yeah, we saw the funeral, man.
I would've been.
It wouldn't even be a movie theater right now.
yeah.
But it was a beautiful ending though, man. They all shed tears.
You know-
but the most what you were gonna say?
I was about to
Oh,
say,
man.
like, that fight that he had with what's his name in, like, he was part of the 12 Kizuki. Like, we know that for sure. But that fight reminded me of the fight from Naruto Shippuden between Might Guy versus Madara with like the like Renegon shit.
Yeah.
But
Think
think of it as what? Yeah, if Might Guy actually died,
But
that's how that fight felt to me.
Speaking on that, man. Also, Soke, he had.
Inosuke.
Yeah, Inosuke. He let us know that you got to accept reality. As hard bullheaded as that dude is, when he said step aside so he can fight, and he didn't want to interfere.
Oh, his instinct kicked in, boy. That, He knew if he interfered,
If
he was
Inosuke
gonna die.
didn't want to interfere. Hey, he knew he had to accept reality. He knew he had some walls to break.
I
And that
think-
goes back to also when they was asleep. So, getting on that topic of when they was asleep. When they was asleep, we saw some heart-touching moments. In
Some of them.
in some of them. Tanjiro specifically.
Tanjiro specifically.
Two of them had some craziness going
Who was
on.
the one that had the craziness?
Inosuke?
That junker.
Well,
Two
he
of them
had
had
the
some
centipede.
craziness
The
going
train,
on.
the train being eaten.
he was actually.
He had
But the other one,
he had
who
the
was the-
Chipmunk Brigade to Tanjiro.
Yeah, I was
Tanjiro.
like, what is this?
That man, that boy goofy.
Hey, Nezuko was looking kind of good with them bunny ears. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey man, that girl like 10 years old,
She
bro.
still wasn't stunned them in the dream, though.
I mean, she cute.
she still was hopping about her business.
And didn't say a word in no dream.
Yeah.
And she don't
Still
ever
didn't
talk.
talk.
Oh, you talking about this?
Yeah, Zenitsu's dream.
Yep.
What are you doing here?
I said, what? Is this dude secretly a killer or something? Like this?
Man, that dude.
He had a little
ego.
skeleton look on his cheeks and stuff. That joker with a face was like it was what you doing in here? It's still like what was the point of the hedge cutters?
Yeah.
They just running around with the hedge cutters. Like, what are you doing in here?
I know. But back to the pretext of the movie. I think this movie showed three main points. One, it actually showed, like, with the dream portion, it showed them the overall like setup of how they got there in the first place. Minus Zenitsu and Inosuke, by the way, but mostly with Tanjiro. Like the events that happened with his family that led him to this journey that he's on now. Two, what we was talking about, the showcasing of Rengoku and his ability as a Hashira and his skills as a swordman. Like that was the big showcase because everybody was excited to see that. And three, which is I think the biggest one, is the power creeping like segment. They were setting the standard of the real abilities of the Hashira and the upper 12 Kiseki and how strong, you know, these demons and these warriors are, you know.
Yeah.
And it was to show Tanjiro and Inosuke like the biggest gap. Like the skills and the training that they accumulated, because you know we seen the training arc that Tanjiro's gone through, like at the beginning of the series, and this was a really interesting training arc that they did a good job with. Like he's developed immensely, but even then, you know, he still has long ways to go with his technique and his fighting and his breathing and all that. So it's crazy.
Boy got some milestones to hit.
Yeah. Especially after watching the end, man, it was a lot. Like they, especially when they touched on, it's a lot like life. Like
I was just going to say that.
It's a lot like life.
That question. So from the movie, what can you relate to how it would make you feel in life?
So what would you say what did you say you related to in this movie as far as like being?
All right, I related more to Tanjiro's dream. And I related to that because it's like we would sit here and hold on to all the things that we lost and try to put ourselves in a false reality and use that as an excuse to hold us back. When although the dead is dead, but in our mind we have to know that they want us to move forward.
Right.
And if you can't get yourself out of that false reality, you're gonna either A, stay where you're at, and then you're gonna B, start putting yourself behind.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I completely agree with that, man. I completely agree with that. What about you, TJ?
My part was at the ending when he was
BT 90.
Yes, you messed it up. See,
I mean, they'll know either way. Either way, they gonna find out.
Yeah,
it ain't like you gonna keep it secret forever.
But my part was
DJ Marshmello doing good.
I sure enough related to real life situations was at the end when he was realizing that when he thought he was making a lot of progress, that he still had ways to go.
Yeah,
that was what he had
big.
going on.
That was real big.
But you made me want to hit that red table talk when Will Smith's daughter. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
You talking about the Jada? Oh my God, no.
With his daughter, every time they on the red table talk.
It was hurt.
Yes.
I think I had the least amount of sex.
He was hurt.
I don't think that I'm semi. Thought of yeah. On the whole nother conversation.
Back on the top. What you saying?
Back to Demon Slayer.
Yeah, because I've actually felt that before. Felt like I made progress with something, and think I'm getting ahead, and then I feel like something sets me back, or to realize something that, like, dang man, I'm not even close to where I wanted to be in this situation.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I really understand it. I feel that right now.
Yeah. That's tough because that's the same thing that I was on.
And it really makes you mad to actually see that, like, man, it's like sitting here, you placing bricks, you get so tired. You like, man, I should be halfway done.
Right.
You look down, you only got 2 stacks to what you done built.
Yeah, you done broke down this wall.
And that's the thing. Sometimes we fail to acknowledge all the success that we have already done. And we'll sit here and look at another man dream and think they doing better, but they struggling just like you are.
Right.
They just not showing it the same way you are.
It's all
You
about
get the point.
perspective.
And they probably went through a lot of the stuff that you were already
Exactly.
going through. They're
Or
not
even
looking. They're
more.
looking at where they are, right currently, right then, after.
Right.
Just like they're looking at Rengoku. He went through a lot. He trained hard. He went through all that stuff to get to where he is now. And they're comparing to how strong he is, but they're not looking at how much work he put in to get that strong.
There you go.
Right.
You know, they don't realize that part. You know,
They say, "Oh, he's strong," but they haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't taken into consideration of how much time he had to take to do that stuff.
yeah. Okay. What
Well,
about you?
one thing that really hit me, BT90, he was touching on the same thing that I got it wrong too, didn't I? Okay, it's okay, fine.
9-0.
Anyways, what? So I definitely
you're talking then.
yada does
Hey,
it.
where's the shirt? Say, show it to the camera.
Oh,
What is it?
yeah,
VT.
Noon
9 to 11.
All right, go
he
ahead.
said it right. It's just
BT.
9-0.
That's what it, 9
But
Eleven.
you do say GT90 sometimes. You leave off the 11
yeah.
sometimes.
I say BT. I say BT 90. I never really say the 11 part. That's why it's whatever.
What
with
does
that
your
part.
name stand for? Like, what
So
made
Big
okay,
talker.
so I had a friend in high school that I was like
I wait.
Big T, BIGT. 'Cause my
Oh.
name's TJ. Big T, what's going on, man?
What about the numbers?
My birthday, 9/11.
Dang,
Oh.
boy, that messed up, man.
Yeah.
Don't you forget it.
It's my birthday.
It's,
So
it's a
sorry.
staple. It's the day you were
Yeah,
born, and it
so-
just
Yeah.
happens to be yeah.
Just Big T, birthday, 9/11.
Okay.
What you were saying?
So
back on topic.
yeah, so BT, I definitely relate to the same thing about like the whole realizing you're not as good as you think you are, and you have a long ways to go. But there's another theme that really hit me the most. It's basically the demons that are holding you back. You think that you think that you've overcome a particular thing in your past, but apparently you still have something that's clinging to your heart, that's clinging as a weakness.
Yeah, that was
Shut up,
I'm
Shaq.
gonna give you your,
I think he trying to step
totally
in the
get
church
it.
now.
Yeah,
He trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
Step into
But-
the church over here.
and that
Hey, you
demon.
really could have a sermon over Demon Slayer,
You
like
really
a
can.
church.
You can
Like
have
I can hear it now. Like imagine a pastor preaching about anime. Y'all seen this anime movie
Wow.
called Demon Slayer.
Oh Lord.
Now let me tell y'all something.
They
Now
don't hear you.
I don't know about y'all.
They don't hear
Talk to him.
But-
Talk to him.
We have what these Hashiras in this movie that are slaying these demons.
Okay.
But let me tell you, I don't need no Hashira to slay my demons.
That's
You
right.
know why? Because Jesus, preach, pastor, is gonna bring these demons down for me.
Amen.
But you,
Yes, but you really can't have a whole. You really
can't.
Right.
We ain't got to that point yet.
Hey.
But there's gonna be a pastor.
that's gonna be a segment.
That's
you know-
gonna
you
be
know,
a
since-
pastor.
We're gonna say
that-
that one
Since,
for another
you know,
time.
it-
I'm gonna write the whole sermon for this one. I got that one.
Yeah,
I got it.
that's why.
since we got that church energy, there's another thing too. With not realizing that you overcome certain like weaknesses of your past or certain things that you can't change, where you thought you moved on, but you actually haven't.
Yeah.
But along that same wavelength is like the subject and the theme of sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
something has to be sacrificed in order to see a progression. Sadly, in this movie, even though it did play like a sad part, Rengoku was one sacrifice that had to be made. For Tanjiro, he had to re-sacrifice his past yet again to, you know, being relived through those moments of his past in like the demonic dream trap, right? You know, he's already been through that massacre before, but to have to go through that shit again to try to regain like your present memories in the situation that was going on in the movie, like
And
it's tough.
Yeah, and that
And
was,
you know, the saving grace, and I know you remember this part of time, like the spirit of his father, which I think there's a really deep connection between Tanjiro and his father.
It is.
Hence
He loved his father. Yeah.
Hence the Higakure
Dance.
Hikagami Kagura. Yes. Like
dance.
that technique, that the dance he learned from his father. Like, and I can't wait for that shit to evolve. I'm just telling you, bro.
Man,
but
what?
Oh man.
It did it a little bit in this video.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
When he was using it to fight the demon.
Right. But the thing is, he had to sacrifice, like he had to literally inside the dream, he had to take his own life to free himself from that illusion, to free himself from that illusion of love and of that reuniting with his family.
Yeah.
Because to accept
You're
the
right.
reality that they have already been killed and
that's what
to
it's
move
about.
on. Right.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. It's something that reality can be hard, but that's part of why we, that particular thing that he went through really shows what we have to do as individuals.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, we have to learn how to let go.
Right.
Yes,
He
sir.
hadn't fully let his family go, which is why he kind of wanted to stay there. But if he stayed there, what would have happened? He would have never progressed. He would have never been able to move on with
Well,
the rest of his life.
the ironic thing is he would have actually rejoined his family because he would have been killed.
Yeah.
The
He would
whole
have.
basis of the Mugen Train arc. So basically, the lower 12 demon that was overtaking the train. So he was using his demonic energy embedded in the ticket in the puncher to capture the passengers of the train to make them fall into a deep sleep stasis. And then he had the children that he had hostage working with him, tie in the rope that's also infused with this demonic energy to allow the people that was like holding on to that rope, the hostages in that movie, to actually connect to the dream world of those victims, travel to the outer dreamscape, tear in the rift to their unconscious so that way they can destroy the core, hence end their life. And this was all possible by allowing the individual that is asleep to be deeper within that dream.
Yeah, speaking on
go
on that, it was funny, but it wasn't funny. But it was like, because when they had to destroy that core, and Tanjiro dream, my boy was like, "It right here."
Bro. Oh wait, I remember
That's the point. They did that because it was to show his kindness, his overall
yeah.
kindness. Like, no matter what was going on, no matter what kind of person you were, he gave you that kindness.
I'm supposed to destroy this.
And that's what saved his life, honestly.
But he
Like-
knew. Like, the spirits knew what he came in there for.
Yeah,
because
that's
he
why
was
they took
also
it to
trying to
him.
free himself.
Yeah. And on that note, so it's two things about the dream. The first thing was dang, it slipped my mind. I go to the other part right now. But in his dream, what was it that brought his self into the dream to let him know that he was under attack? Because if you remember it, he was caught up in his dream. Like, he literally was caught up in it.
Tanjiro,
And-
right?
Yes. And you had the one glimpse of he saw the box that Nezuko was in. I'm still wondering what even made that box show up in his dream. And he was like, he saw it, he was like, huh. But he kept
He didn't
going.
recognize it.
See,
He didn't
the
And
dream-
then later on, when he was there, his self appeared and was like, hey, wake up.
Right.
We're under danger. What was that manifest that into his dream to help him out? Was that like just a subconscious, or was that, I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good question. But in my opinion, I think it really was a subconscious thing.
Instinct
and it
moment.
goes back to us when it goes back to he had to accept reality. Like, yes, he loved his family. He was in that mindset of, oh shoot, man, I got my mama back, my sister back. But later on, he had to think, I got my sister back. She human? It wasn't
Yeah,
clicking.
that did hit him.
So-
He was confused about that
Right.
with his family. Yes. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so
Yeah.
like, you know, there's the conscious body, and then you also have the unconscious conscious body that's, you know, in the realm of the reality of the living, and then you have the world that's within your mind. So, and these two beings are like pretty much you know, one and the same, which is why it was basically a tug of war of, hey, you need to snap out of this shit versus you're in a world thinking that this is reality, even though it's not. Where am I going with this?
You said it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, you finished it.
The other point of the dream was that it came to me. So he basically showed them dreams to where they wouldn't want to leave it, right? The way they'll want to stay with it until it plays out.
Yeah.
Why is it that? What was it about? What was his name? The Ashra dude.
Oh, Rengoku.
Ringo.
Yeah. What was it about his dream that would have made him want to stay? I didn't even try to say the name. I didn't try to say the
What
name.
made
Yeah.
him?
But what was it? What was about his dream that made him want to stay? Because in his dream, he confronted his dad. Dad didn't care. Brother asked about it. He had to explain to his brother the truth about his dad not caring and stuff. Like his whole dream was like sad to me. So
I think Okay. Oh, sure.
So I was just wondering, like, because everybody else had dreams that they wanted to be
Chill.
in, especially the boar dude. He, you know, he was too happy in his dream.
I think
So-
I think his mother and father has like a big part to do with that. Cause I believe if I remember correctly, his mother was ill, and I think she passed. And then, you know, his father
That
like,
wasn't
losing
part of
all-
his dream, though.
It was. It,
It
was.
was.
It was.
Oh, I thought
it was.
I'm getting it mixed up. I thought it was some kind of flashback, though.
It
So
was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
like
his
the
dream.
the dream was the
his
flashback.
His dream was the
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm getting mixed up. Then
Yeah,
So-
it's kind of like the no mix up, you know. You got me. You got hit. You got hit. But actually, I know we're talking a lot about on the physical, the philosophical prospects of the movie. But let's discuss some more about like the action and the events that take place. You
Oh.
know, like the shit that
The
actually
fight.
had to
The
hook.
fight
You know,
at
bro.
the end.
Yeah.
The most. That's all we got to
So,
discuss. They
bro.
what? Y'all seen the movie. Y'all seen the train. The train was alright.
All I got to say on this fight did go to the Genius 08.
Bro.
Rich nigga shit, broke nigga shit.
Oh shit! Oh my god, dude.
Say that again. You said what?
Rich nigga shit, broke nigga shit.
Okay.
Elaborate off of that. What
Oh,
is
let's
that? What does
elaborate.
that mean?
So I'm going to elaborate on that
Oh,
right
boy.
there, and I'm going to relate it to the fight. So what we
I forgot
got
about
here
this
is-
shit.
Oh, you forgot? Oh, you ain't gonna forget this for as long as you live.
Oh boy.
So as Rengoku was fighting his demon, you know what I'm saying? It was a tough fight. Matter of fact, bring it back to the fight. It was just like Tanjiro trying to break down his wall. But I finally broke that motherfucker.
Okay.
Piccolo.
Oh god.
Ass up.
Really? Really?
we need
is the
to step
reference.
out.
I think.
You
Bro.
know,
I might need to step out.
I caught him with a 2M.
Are you fucking serious right now?
We
We're not.
staying on topic.
We're,
P.O.D.
I don't even know anymore. I don't
Bro,
even. What are
We
we?
need to
What
stay
is
on
going
topic.
on?
We ain't got that much
so
time.
you're gonna refer to a time we had a match on Dragon Ball
Look, see,
Fighters?
that's what I'm talking about.
We got 3 minutes.
I'm
We got
referring-
3 minutes.
Y'all.
3 minutes. Okay.
All right. I'm referring to a time of Tanjiro overcoming a boundary with the suggestion of with the reference
Rich
of
nigga
using the
shit. Wow.
DBZ match. You know, because that fight was awesome, but in the end, you just didn't win. That's all it was.
Okay.
In the
He
end, you
explained that
just
he
didn't
won.
win.
He didn't lose.
PT, what you got
y'all.
to say about it? What
He
you got to
said
say?
he said he won.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
Even
yeah,
though
okay.
he died, he still won.
He won. He
won.
fulfilled his purpose.
He won.
He fulfilled his purpose.
He fulfilled his purpose. He
In life, you
he
gotta
didn't
fulfill
he
your
didn't
purpose.
even win that battle, but he did save them children. He saved them children.
So, what's your thoughts on the fight?
Yeah.
Was
Man,
that
it was epic, beyond epic. Even though like it's as the fight going, it just kept getting hyper and hyper and hyper. Like they was fighting, he get amped up, fight.
The demon boy.
Amped
Ooh,
up.
let's
Look,
talk.
listen.
Yes, and then like the
Little
dude was
Mac.
like, you at your end. You might as well just come join the demons. You at your end. You tired. I'm good. He said, boo. And he was like, what? Hold up. It was crazy how he just kept amping up, like from the wheel of his passion, just kept him going to the end.
All right.
And
So
I
let me-
love that man's spirit because he was
Yes,
just so goofy.
it was fire.
Yeah.
His element.
Yeah. So like to touch on on a pretext. So there was like two main fights in that movie. So the demon with the lower trail who was taking over the train. So that first part was basically like a team collaboration
I
part.
kind of don't see that as a fight, honestly.
It wasn't. Was
I
it?
mean-
It was basically like a co-op, like
that was a
sub boss
that
battle,
took a
right?
lot of-
You
that-
talking
matter of
about
fact,
when
that was actually
they
a good-
beat
that
the
was
train?
Right.
yeah.
trust exercise.
Oh,
really.
by the way,
It was
by
a
the
trust
way,
exercise.
Oh, he had to keep killing. He was finna kill himself,
Yeah.
boy. That dog.
It was a trust exercise because they
No,
had to
Can
look
I-
out for one
can,
another.
Can I also bring out one slight detail? I don't feel like Zenitsu and Inosuke, they really didn't do
1 minute.
shit that entire movie.
Yeah,
only
they
did, like,
did.
No.
Man,
They
what you
did
mean?
They
one
played
thing.
their part.
They did
that's,
one
that's
thing.
the thing about it. They played their part.
That's it.
It was
Yeah.
a team effort.
It was a small
They
part,
did.
though.
It
It
don't
don't
matter.
matter.
That's all they
It's
If
a
they
need.
didn't
part.
play that
Listen,
part, somebody would have
listen,
died.
listen.
Part.
Bruh,
Yeah,
think
that's
about
true.
it.
I agree.
If you
Everybody
would've
played
heard-
everybody played a
Knock it
part.
out.
Everybody played a part in the
Knock it
movie. But
You been
Tanjiro,
watching that movie.
So
They
he
made
helped
sure they
Nezuko.
kept that man asleep.
I
I can't
You would have been
stand.
watching that.
okay.
You know who he talking about, don't you?
Yeah, Zenitsu, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
why-
that.
Stayed
that's
asleep
why
through
his
the
ass
entire
stayed
movie
asleep.
for a reason.
And
If he
that
hadn't been
reason.
woke, it would have ruined the whole movie.
Of
All you
course,
would've heard
of
is,
course, of course.
"Tanjiro,
But like,
Tanjiro."
but the main point I was trying to get at, it was basically revolve, honestly, around Tanjiro
Thunder
and Rengoku, right?
Nah, that shit revolved around Rengoku.
Well, the movie was made for Ring. I feel like it was dedicated to Rengoku,
Rengoku.
Yeah,
including
yeah.
how it ended. However, it did touch on how Tanjiro felt as becoming stronger, actually trying to become on the get to the Hashira level. So I think it really shows it. I feel like they made Tanjiro human, relate to us a lot. Making him a more likable character, making more people want to actually watch the show. People want to watch stuff they relate to, and
It just felt more like a life movie versus.
yeah,
versus
I didn't even think I was
anime.
watching
really
the
felt
anime
like it
anymore.
was- yeah.
I was like,
I really
Jesus.
felt like it
But I
was
have to
really
say,
touching bases.
That
of life.
last fight actually has me more excited for the show. Like we
Yeah.
touched on
Yeah,
before.
that-
We seen like the true strength of a Hashira versus a
30
Kiseki,
seconds.
like upper separate Kiseki, right? So it paints a picture of the future of yet to come, of the development, the streams, the entanglements. Yes,
Yes.
entanglements.
Yes.
Of like the future fights that are
talk
coming
about
in
my
the show,
parents.
right.
Don't talk about my parents.
Please
On
don't
that
talk
note,
about no entanglements.
it's funny how they introduced them. We didn't talk about this. How they introduced them when they first got on the train. When I first saw him, I said, "Oh no, that man ain't got no sense." When he was eating that food, and he kept great. I'm like, what's wrong with this man?
Yes.
And then see, like you think about that, and then it get to the end, and you crying. And you feel like you know this man all your life. It's funny how they did that, how they started it off like
Yeah,
that.
Tanjiro and Rengoku have that same level of purity. Like Rengoku was just pure conviction and honesty. Tanjiro, same shit on a different.
I don't
wavelength.
know, man. I think the pure person is Inosuke, man. Cause he's such a free spirit.
Rah!
And he gonna say what he feel.
He think
That's
he dumb.
funny.
He think he
My
dumb.
boy said, "I'm finna try to run
Yeah.
beside the train."
They laughing at me. They're laughing at me.
But he
right
just do it. He just open with his stuff. I like Inosuke.
And like at the end when he they was crying and weeping over his death.
Yeah.
He knocked what's his name out, so he started crying. And then he started pulling Tanjiro. It was like, let's go train, because like y'all said, you know, he was realizing.
Stop being a bitch.
Basically.
And he was, he was realizing that they had to work harder towards their goals that they wanted to achieve. So he was like, he wanted to cry, but he was like, you know what? We ain't got time to cry. We need to go train. So he started pulling. He said, while he was crying, he was like, let's train.
We gotta hold this shit down.
So
man.
I do like him. I like his attitude on stuff. Like y'all said, he say what comes to mind, and he gonna tell you like it is.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest takeaways.
Exactly like it is. So like he knows that there
weak.
are walls to be broken.
Yep. Because
Okay.
like y'all said, when he first was seeing that fight, he was like,
pushing.
I can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
I'ma chill back.
The first step, and I guess we'll wrap it up with this one. The first step, you know, what y'all going off of, you know, is in order to get anywhere and realize where you are, you have to first realize
your weakness.
You're weak.
Right.
You are weak. Not necessarily your weakness,
ain't your weakness.
but you are weak, and you got to get stronger. So I think that's one of the biggest things that they realized at the end of the movie.
Because you know,
They
he was
realized.
running around like he was the strongest person.
Yeah.
There
you
you
know
go.
the stuff they've been through. He was everything he went against. I can take you, and stuff like
Yep,
that.
my
So
boy.
that was actually the first time that he didn't run in head first.
And he realized he was weak.
Yeah. So
When you realize you're weak,
yes.
Hey,
you have no other choice but to try to get stronger.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a little exercise tip for guys who are just trying to do a lot of push-ups, and this kind of correlates to the wrapping up of the movie. So let's say you're doing 50 push-ups, right? When you get to 10, start over from 1 again and repeat that 4 more times. The reason why I say this is because when you think you gotten to a certain level and you find out that you're stuck, that's the point where you have to start over again. Like, you have to start fresh from the drawing board, because when you're taking a fresh start again, it refreshes your mind, and it actually causes you to think differently and think objectively about the obstacles that is in your way. Like, for example, why can't beggars be choosers, right? What does a chooser have that a beggar doesn't? Chooser has choices. Okay, you ask, how can I have more choices? Okay, you have to step your game up in certain levels of aspects, or so different aspects. And you start asking yourself these different questions, and you start coming up with different ideas to actually, you know, improve yourself and your strategy of attack, you know. And I think that's really interesting too, you know.
Right on.
Yeah.
I like that.
He summed it. He summed it up.
All right, so once again, you can follow me on Twitch on DLegendGenius08. You can hit me up on PSN DLegend-08, and that is also my YouTube. I don't have any videos up yet, so content is coming soon. But I am working in joint with Shaq Sax, BT, and Dark King with our group In Rare Form. We're gonna bringing you a lot of awesome content in the future, a lot of fun stuff just in the head. You know, we chilling, we vibing, you know, we striving. Speaking of which, Guilty Gear Strive. Buy that shit, baby. It's a good ass game. Hell the fuck
Gear.
yeah.
Get to get
Yes.
Wait until you advertising it.
Monster Hunter.
Play that too. It's lit.